Hi there, I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com, and this is my Smart American Accent training. I'm live today to introduce you to a new series that is starting here on the channel. It's called our American English Vowels Challenge, and we're going to be going through all of the vowels of English one at a time, talking about how to pronounce them, how they're spelled, what common words they're in, and then we'll also talk about accent error patterns you may have on these sounds, either because of your native language, because of the challenge in pronouncing them, or in spelling them, and then how to correct those patterns. So it's going to be a great way to get a strong foundation for the vowel sounds of English. And we'll look at specific words, but also give you tips and techniques for practicing, giving you a lot of feedback and help. And then I'll share resources on our website, speechmodification.com, and here on the channel that you can use to go more in depth with these sounds as we work on them. So at the beginning of the challenge, I just want to introduce you to a tool that we'll be learning about as we go, and we'll be using it. This is called the vowel quadrangle. And you can see there's a lot of information on here. There's some words, there's some symbols, there's sounds. This is a representation of the vowel sounds of English. And as we learn the different sounds, this is a reference and a resource that you might find very helpful. I do have some other videos looking at this. I do use it as a tool. You can also get a free copy of this on our website on speechmodification.com. I have what I call the Vowels cheat sheet. It's a download that you can get that has this graph as well as a lot of information. Let me see, I'll show you if I have it here in my book. Yes, it has the graph, and then it also has a lot of information about vowels. It's a little 2-page handout, PDF that you can download, and right now it's free on the website. And as we work through the series, you may find it helpful to have this as a reference point. But don't be overwhelmed by it in the beginning. We'll talk about all the vowels separately and individually. And I just want to show you that this is going to be one of the resources that we're using. And let's talk about what this vowel quadrangle represents and how it came to be. So after class today, I'll be putting some links to more information about that. And I do have a video talking about the development of the vowel quadrangle and what it represents. But let's walk through this together just with an exercise so you can feel and understand a little bit more about some basics about vowels as an introduction. So if you're by yourself, or even if you're not, you can kind of think this in your mind. I'm going to ask you to say out loud the sound of E. So thinking about, I'll write it this way. It's the vowel sound that we have in eat, or need, or keep. The symbol for this vowel is the E. So the point here is just to say E and to feel your mouth. You probably won't really be able to tell what's going on in your mouth. E. Just say it, feel it, E. This is a sound you probably have in your language. So once you've said E, we're going to switch and we're going to say the sound ah, which has the symbol of this type of A. It's in words like father, or not, or hot. So when I say ah, I have a different shape of my mouth. So try these two sounds together. Say E, ah. If you're watching my mouth or if you're following along, you might have noticed something, just a general difference about E and ah. So if you have a comment about what you notice with E and ah, you can put that in the chat. For me, E, ah. The main thing I notice about these two vowels, if I'm just exploring them, is my mouth is open when I say ah, and it's not as open when I say E. So that's something that everyone can feel, I think. E, ah. You can see it when I do it. You can see my mouth is opening, my jaw is dropping. Something that you might not be able to see as easily is that when I'm saying E, my tongue is filling up almost all of my mouth. There's not a lot of space or opening in my mouth. E. My tongue is up high, it's fairly far forward, so there's not a lot of open space in your mouth. So when you say E, there's actually only a little bit of space here in the front of the mouth. That's why E sounds like it does. It's because the vowel is made by the shape of the air in your mouth vibrating, E. So it just happens in this little space between my tongue and my teeth, E. And that's why it sounds that way. When I say ah, there's a lot more space in my mouth. My tongue is down, ah, there's air resonating. Basically my whole mouth can make that sound, which is why ah sounds like ah. And it's also why the doctor says say ah when they want to see in the back of your throat. Ah, my tongue is down and out of the way, and there's space there that they can see. So when we look at the shape of the mouth, I don't think of this shape as the shape of my mouth, but this is meant to represent what's happening in the mouth. So this is the front of the mouth. This is the back. And this is the roof of your mouth here, the top. And this is the bottom. And it's really not a huge amount of space that these vowels happen in. But when I say E, it's called a high front vowel because it happens with the resonances in the front of my mouth. My tongue is high, my jaw is closed. E, it's high and in the front of the shape of the mouth and of this shape here. The ah is an open back vowel because the mouth is more open and there's space all through the whole mouth, even in the back, for the air to resonate. So when I'm saying ah, all of this space is making the sound. When I'm saying E, just this little space in the front is making the sound. And we have sounds all the way around this quadrangle. So E and ah are fairly obvious to feel. Harder to feel E and I, like eat versus it. But as we build our knowledge of vowels, we can use this as a reference point that can be very helpful to feel the difference between vowels. So all across the front, for example, if I say, let's say the word bead, bid, bed, bade, and bad, I will be able to feel E, I, a, that my mouth is opening, but those vowels are still happening in the front. So the position of my tongue, the resonance place for these vowels is reflected here on the quadrangle. Same thing in the back. If we look at back to our cheat sheet or our vowel quadrangle, we can see that we have front vowels, back vowels, central vowels, and then we have gliding connected vowels. So as we look at all of the vowels, we'll learn how to use this for a reference to feel the difference between sounds. And for many people, things like the difference between men and man is very hard to hear, hard to feel. But as you get a reference point for vowel sounds in general, that can be really helpful for you in building your experience, recognizing what sounds there are in your language and where they fit on this chart. So this is the English vowels, but this same vowel quadrangle exists in all of the languages, and the vowels all fall somewhere within the mouth. What defines a vowel is that I'm not really touching. So if I'm talking about a consonant sound like p, I can say put your lips together, burst out the air, or f, put your tongue between your teeth, blow out the air. Those are consonant sounds, something is touching somewhere. A vowel sound, a, ah, oo, e, it's all about the shape of the tongue in the mouth and the way we shape the air to make the vowel sound. So it can be really helpful to start to have some reference points for where vowels happen. And this is something that we're going to cover in this series, where I'm going to go through, talk about each individual vowel, give you some reference points to really help you feel more solid on the vowel sound. So this is just an introduction. We'll be having these lessons throughout November and December. You can use this vowel challenge if you're watching later on. It'll be a playlist that you can use and watch to get more details. And a nice supplement to this vowel challenge will be our Sounds of English course on speechmodification.com, where I walk you through not only all the vowel sounds of English, but also all the consonant sounds, and give you materials to practice to change and improve your pronunciation and understanding of all of these sounds. So I'm really excited to have this new opportunity to reach out to you, and I appreciate all of those of you who've been supporting the channel, been watching our daily Word of the Day videos and our question and answer classes. We'll have our live question and answer class tomorrow. That's Saturday. I hope you'll be able to attend and put your questions in the chat. And we'll cover your questions then. I see a few of you are here asking questions today, and I appreciate you being here. Do come back tomorrow for our live class to ask your questions about vowels or anything related to American English pronunciation. That'll be tomorrow, Saturday. And you can see the upcoming live classes on the channel. I'll also schedule out, and you can see the upcoming live classes for some of our vowel challenge videos. Today is our introduction, getting started. You can also check out our vowels playlist for a lot of in-depth information about vowels if that's what drew you here. Thanks for watching and looking forward to seeing you throughout our vowels challenge. I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com. Remember, if you want to sound like a native speaker, you can do it. speechmodification.com. Bye everyone. Hope to see you in tomorrow's class as well.